How are you doing today? This is Rich here on behalf of Rich TV Live with a very special guest. We are here with Heidi from Socialbook.io. How are you doing today, Heidi?
Good, how are you? Hi everyone, I'm Heidi.
I'm doing fantastic. We haven't talked in a long time,
Yep.
and it's probably because there's been so many things that have happened, and crypto, when we used to talk a lot, crypto was really hot and it was really exciting, and there were so many new projects, and you guys had a very exciting influencer project that you guys were doing, and I joined that platform, and we've been kind of reaching back and forth over the last little bit, and you were asking me how your platform is working for my influencer business and if
Mhm.
it's generated any business. And we were talking about it, and I said, in fact, it has, maybe not directly yet, where the brands are actually getting hiring me through the platform yet, but I've had a lot of interest of companies coming through socialbook.io, messaging me directly and saying that they want to work with my brand. So thank you for that.
Mhm.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And the other way where I have generated a lot of business actually is there's been quite a few companies that have wanted to work with us and get more exposure for themselves. And they've said that they've done a search, and we showed up on socialbook.io and
Mhm.
cryptoinfluence.io, and we had a very good ranking, Boosto ranking, and because of that, they wanted to work with us. So I wanted to
That's
thank
cool.
you for that too, because if it wasn't for you and for your introduction to the platform, none of that would have been possible. So I thought it would be a good idea for us to get back together today and just talk about what you're doing right now with socialbook.io and all the projects you're working on, how the project has developed,
Mhm.
and what you're doing to make a difference for influencers.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was quite a long time we didn't talk as everybody's working very, very hard into the space of influencer environment, influencer ecosystem.
Yes.
So definitely social book right now, we have over 3 millions of influencer profile over there.
Wow,
People
three
might know
million?
us or might not know us if
Three
their follower base are more than 2,000
three
out there.
million? 3 million?
Yeah, so everybody, if you have a
Holy
YouTube account or
moly.
Instagram account, can go there to check your score and how much do you worth.
Wow, I had no idea that you had that many influencers on there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like there's usually two type of influencers using social book. One is to getting the sponsorship from brands to make money, right? That's the number one thing.
Yep.
Everybody love to make some extra money here and there to working with brands. Another one is we also have social book is a tool to help the YouTubers to grow. So it's a very similar to a bunch of other tools out there. For example, it give you the tags, it give you the hot topic, it help you to make the thumbnail, which is the cover photo, easily, and also doing all those sort of things as competitor tracking that you can see other YouTubers how they are doing, why they are growing faster than you. So two type of people. I do have a question here for you, Rich.
Yeah.
So while we're sending the offers out as matching you with the brands, what type of brands do you want to work with the most?
Well, one of the things that I talk about a lot is cannabis stocks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think anyone that's in the cannabis space, anybody that's in the CBD space, anyone that's
Mm.
in health and wellness, I think
Okay.
that's a space that would be uh, a natural company that would fit with what we talk about a lot, which is cannabis
Cultural
stocks.
content.
Now, another
Okay.
thing, obviously, we talk about is cryptocurrency quite a bit on our show as well. So, any
Mm-hmm.
companies that are involved in blockchain, any companies
Mm.
that are involved in cryptocurrency, public companies, private companies, that's another thing that we're really interested in and we talk a lot about. And then also, we talk a lot about sports and trending topics, travel. So, any companies in those areas as well, I think would be a good fit. So, honestly, I feel like we could talk about any company. I really do. I think that we can help create exposure for anyone. I think we've already shown that over the years.
Uh-huh.
I really love being an influencer. I think there's a lot of positives that come with it.
Yeah.
Some negatives too. You have to deal with some trolls and stuff occasionally, which
Uh-huh.
is something weird that a lot of people are not used to. I don't know if you dealt with any trolls yet.
What is that?
Yeah, okay, so you probably haven't told. Trolls are people that like fly around the internet and they spend their time trying to ruin your day.
Oh, You mean the haters?
Yeah, haters, haters. So
Yeah.
that's one of the parts of being an influencer that a lot of people don't understand. Like,
Uh-huh.
you get a lot of love, which is fantastic, and thank you guys for all your support, but you also
Mhm.
get a lot of hate. And a lot of people don't understand it. So if you are very, very big on social media, then you're probably going to get even more hate than someone that's,
Oh,
relatively still growing, like myself or like yourself in social media. Like if you're like Logan Paul and KSI. Do you know who those guys are?
yeah.
Those are two of the biggest YouTubers in the world, right? And they have a boxing match today. So
Mhm.
Logan Paul and KSI are two YouTubers that are boxing today, and it's a huge fight. It's like it's going to be watched all over YouTube, and there's going to be YouTubers broadcasting it all over the place today. So
Wow.
it's funny how influencer marketing's gotten so big that now two YouTubers can box, and it's actually a real boxing match. They have real licenses to become real fighters, and it's gotten to the point where they're almost as popular, maybe even more popular than real professional boxers because they're influencers. And Logan Paul has 19.9 million followers just on YouTube.
Yeah.
So he's got a huge community of people. So when you have that type of community that's watching you, and
Hmm.
literally millions of people watching you all over the world, you become very influential for all kinds of brands that are going
Yeah.
to want your eyeballs talking about their product. It doesn't matter if it's a car product, it doesn't matter if it's a hair product, it doesn't matter if it's jewelry, it doesn't matter if it's clothes. When you
Hmm.
have millions of people watching you, you become an advertising machine,
I
essentially,
know.
right? It's pretty cool. And the way you guys have grown is absolutely tremendous. I mean, congratulations on all the growth. I had no idea you had that many influencers on there. And how many brands? Did you say 2,000 brands?
We have over 30,000 brands are using
Wow.
our tool to do search.
30,000.
Yeah, they do the search all the time. Sometimes they
Wow.
give out product to for people to review. They do product exchange if the influencers they like the product. Sometimes they also pay a lot of people to do promotions. It really depends on what the influencer prefer and how to match with the product.
So you sent me over an email and I went into socialbook.io because there was some changes. And
Mhm.
now I can actually say for X amount of time, I want to charge this. For a Instagram post, I want to charge this. For a YouTube video, I will charge this, which I think is actually a very good new feature that you guys have added that I
Uh-huh.
have learned about that I didn't know about before. So
Uh-huh.
now if a company wants to come onto Rich TV Live, they know right off the bat this is what it's going to cost to get this exposure. I don't have to
Yeah.
go through back and forth having people messaging me that don't have a budget because I've
Yeah.
noticed there are quite a few people that will be like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you talk about our brand, but we don't have a budget." So I'm like, okay. So then, what's in it for me? So kind of like, it's good that we can match that up.
Yeah.
At the same time, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of influencers that might find a product that they like and the company might not
Mhm.
have a budget and they might be fine with that, you know?
Yeah. Or people just started, right? This is so
Exactly.
cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how often do you talk to influencers like me? Is this a consistent thing you do every day?
You mean talking with you with influencers on the webcam right now? Not
No,
really.
just in general, just
Not really.
about
You are
just
special. Only you for a long time now.
oh no, that's awesome. Thank you. But I mean just like about Social Book. Do you talk to a lot of influencers about it every day? Is it
Yeah,
something that
I
you're
talk with people every day. Influencer do have questions for me. They were like, "Oh, how there's different type of people like people just started they don't know how much they should charge we're like oh yeah Heidi I got a lot of offers but I'm not sure how $20 $50 so I will tell them like oh you can check your profile over there the platform suggests how much you should charge but definitely there's a rule is like 1,000 view equal to how much dollar and it's based on where your audience are coming from if for example like your audience are from the US and Canada that will be multiplier the US and Canada audience base. If your audience are from the Southeast Asia, that's a different type of demographic. So very, very different over there too. I think that's the one question is how much should I charge? Another one is earlier our matching system also sent girls product to guys. So the guys like, oh, should I talk about that? I'm not really talk about that. So like, however, we some of the YouTuber love that because they were like, oh, a lot of guys are watching my show. If I talk about this might be a good thing I buy for my girlfriends or my wife, maybe that's something they also like to see. We're like, oh, that's smart. How about the conversion rate? They were like, oh, tons of sales for the brand. They love it. So I was
Very
like,
good.
okay, so guys can also talk about girl stuff.
Very good.
Um,
Very good.
I don't know about you, but we will see if you like to have some girl things to review for the holiday season.
Well, you know what? I honestly do not have a lot of girls, ladies that watch my channel. It's pretty sad. I think I'm at like literally like 93% male,
I think so,
7%
yeah.
female, and I don't know why. I would love to get more women watching Rich TV Live. It's something I would really, it would be huge for us. Um, so yeah, if I had products or a way to get more women to watch the show, I think it would help. I think it would help. So yeah, I'm totally into it. I'm totally into it. I mean, I don't know why so
Yeah.
many guys watch. It's weird. It might be because I talk
Yeah,
a lot
that'd be
about
fun.
wheat stocks, and that might be a thing where there's more men investing in wheat stocks right now than women because maybe women are smarter and they don't like the risk. Us men are crazy and we love the risk. And sometimes that's good, but sometimes that could be bad too. Like if they go down, then you can lose money, right? So
Oh yeah.
like we've seen in cryptocurrency, like a couple years ago when I started in cryptocurrency, it was like nothing could go wrong.
Yes.
Everybody was talking about crypto. It was so much money being made. People were making like hundreds of thousands of dollars on different types of platforms like overnight, right? And people were making a lot of money, and then it just stopped. It was weird. It
Hmm.
was just like died, and then everything went down for like a year, right? And then all of a sudden this year, out of nowhere, Bitcoin exploded again.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere, it went from like 3,000 to like 14,000 in like a couple months. It was nuts. And now it's back down to 8,000. So is it like, do you feel like the momentum's going down with the price?
I think it will be up later. What do you think?
I think it will. I think the markets are all about the really rich people and they play a game, right? It's like the casino. So
Hmm.
I think the way they like to play this game is they want to take it down, and I think it's going to go down more personally. I think they're going to
Hmm.
take it down back to maybe 3,000 again, maybe,
Ooh.
right? Because this is the game they play. They take it all the way down, create panic, create selling, create fear, right? They might not, right? This might bounce back to 10,000. I'm just thinking this might be a theory. They might take it back down to 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 again, and then bounce it back up again to 14, 15,000 again, and then take it back down again. And then just keep doing that because,
That's how they make money.
yeah, because now they're making money on the way down, they're making money on the way up, they're making money on the way down, they're making money on the way up. And then the people that get hurt are the new investors that don't know any better, and they're
Yep.
the ones that panic sell, right?
Yeah.
But the really rich people, they're going to make money betting on the way up, and then they're
Hmm.
going to make money betting on the way down. So right now, it's been coming down consistently from those highs. It went from 3,000 all the way to about 13, 14,000, and now we're back down to 8,000 already. So it's lost like 60% already from the highs.
Yeah.
So who's to say it can't go down more? It can, right? So it could easily go down more, but at the same time, it's a supply and demand issue with Bitcoin. There's only
Hmm.
so many Bitcoin out there. So it all depends on the very elite, wealthy whales that are involved that own it. And most of them are in Asia. And whether or not they want to buy it or sell it, they really
Uh-huh.
control Bitcoin,
Yeah. So
right?
how's the stock is doing recently, especially the cannabis
Oh, the
stock?
cannabis stocks have been really bad. So,
Oh.
yeah, we've had 7 months of down.
Hmm.
So it reminds me a lot of crypto when crypto was down for a year. It's
Okay.
been really bad. So in the beginning of this year in January, they exploded and
Yeah.
it went from January, February to March. It just kept going higher. And
Uh-huh.
since March, it's been going down every single month for 7 months in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's created a lot of panic in the cannabis sector and a lot of
Hmm.
people have lost money and a lot of people are down, like a lot. So it
Wow.
reminds me of Bitcoin when Bitcoin went down for a year all the way from 21,000 to 3,000,
Yeah.
And a lot of people started buying Bitcoin in our community around 3,000. And when it went back up to 14,000, a lot of them had a chance to make some huge returns.
Yeah, that's a good investment for
Yeah, they
sure.
made some of our community members made over 300%,
Ooh, okay.
right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I think that there's a chance it could go back down again. And if it does, that'll be a great time to buy again and then wait for the another explosion.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that come around and they talk about Bitcoin going to like 1 million and stuff. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think that you're going to see Bitcoin bounce between 3,000 and 20,000. That's what
In
I
this
think.
range.
I think it'll be in
Okay.
this range because that's where it's been. And I think that the 3,000 is the bottom and I think 20,000 is the top. And we got to 13, 14,000 and we've come back down. So we haven't been past 13, 14,000 in a very long time.
Right.
And the highest we've ever been is 21,000. So when I look at a chart, I always look at the all-time high. I
Mm-hmm.
look at where we've been in the last year.
Yep.
Obviously, with Bitcoin, the all-time low is like less than a penny, right? So it's come up like crazy. So
Yeah.
even to be up at 8,000 is still extremely high, considering this was an asset that a lot of people got into at like 0025. Like
Mm.
a quarter of a penny, you could have bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, you know?
I know. If everybody knows that, right?
It's
Everybody should
crazy.
buy it
Exactly. And
10
that's the
years
thing.
ago.
And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. I believe there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin in circulation, something in that
Mhm.
number. So it's a supply and demand issue. Like we've got a world where there's billions of people and there's only 20 something million Bitcoin. I mean, there's not even enough for one for every person in the world. Just think about that. So if you have one Bitcoin, you're one of an elite group of people in the whole world.
Right.
That's big. Think about it. There's only
If
going to be
everyone want it,
21
you can make a lot of money from that.
there's only 21 million in the world. If you have one of them, then you're one of 21 million Bitcoins in the whole world in a world with billions of people. I think that it's a supply and demand thing. I think that shows the value in it.
Mm-hmm.
The value is huge. So
Yep.
I'll give you an example. Do you know who Mark Cuban is?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark Cuban accepts Bitcoin at his basketball games.
Yep. That's smart.
Genius, right? So what he's
Yeah.
thinking is this is the currency of the future. I'm going to accept it at my basketball games. So that way I'm going to get all the Bitcoin. Smart guy.
Yeah. Were you willing to pay with your Bitcoin to get into his game?
Why not?
so, so you're using your Bitcoin to buy things.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But he's a
Okay.
genius.
I might be people to hold my Bitcoin
I know, but
instead of to spend it.
he's a genius because what he's doing is he's sitting thinking Bitcoin's going to go up. So what I'm going to do is instead of asking you for $10 for fries and a hamburger and a drink, I'm going to
Hmm.
ask you for $10 in Bitcoin because I'd rather get all the Bitcoin. That's what
Yeah.
he's thinking. That's why
Yeah.
he's such a genius.
Yeah.
He's thinking I want as much Bitcoin as I can get because there's only so much Bitcoin in the world. And because there's a supply and demand issue, if I can own as much Bitcoin as possible, eventually, when people realize there's no more Bitcoin to get, because all the key guys are holding it and nobody wants to sell it, it's going to drive the price up.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I do have a question for you as an influencer yourself, right?
Yes.
You are doing all those research study about stocks, about crypto, about investment, and also putting a show together. Sometimes also answer your fans' questions and here and there to maintain the community. How much time you're putting investing this?
It's a good question. On average, I would say about 1 to 2 hours a day.
That's it.
Uh, that's videos, right?
Oh,
Like those are
okay.
videos that I'm putting out. And then
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
it's like 24 hours a day.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's literally 24 hours a day. Like behind the scenes, it's like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm on all the social media platforms, Telegram, WhatsApp, and I have
Yeah.
groups. I have groups on all of these platforms, and I'm constantly talking to members and people are giving me picks and they're asking for
Mhm.
my advice, and I'm asking other people for picks and advice, and it's crazy, but I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it.
What do you do on what do you do on TikTok?
Yeah, so TikTok is something that I started doing and I really like it. And it's becoming a very big platform for social media, especially
Uh-huh.
for young women. And
Yeah, I was like, those are for the young community. Do they want to invest
yeah,
and stuff?
well, it's funny because I have two kids. So my daughter's 11 and my son is 12. So I do a lot of TikToks because of my kids. So I
Oh
see
yeah, they love it.
my daughter does them all day. Like she's addicted to it. So I got the idea. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should get on TikTok. So I started
Uh-huh.
doing TikTok and I started to really grow on TikTok. And I actually have a video on TikTok that has over 120,000 views.
Ooh,
Yeah. And I have another video on TikTok that has about 90,000 views.
that's
And I've
cool.
been only on TikTok for a few months. I've been on YouTube for years, and my biggest YouTube video is 57,000 views. So I started to really like TikTok because I was like, yo, this is pretty awesome. Like,
That's faster.
yeah, it's
You don't have to
faster
do a lot of editing stuff, right?
because they're actually from Asia
Mm-hmm.
originally, I believe. So they have
Mm-hmm.
a huge community, like huge, like I believe 700 million users.
I think so.
So you can put a video out there and it can really go viral. And the other thing I like about TikTok is that you can integrate music. So
Mm.
you can make a video and then you can put music in the background really easily. They make it really easy to add music, add
Mm-hmm.
words. It's have you used it?
Yeah,
Do you post videos on TikTok?
sometimes.
Okay, so you know what it is. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, right? So I actually make videos where I talk about stocks, and I do videos where I talk about cryptocurrencies, and I also
Oh,
make videos of my son at the soccer field.
oh,
So I
okay.
have a lot of kids that are watching the channel.
Oh, okay.
I have sometimes my daughter just grabs my phone and she does a TikTok, and like I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just something that's just fun. I
Yeah.
think social media should be fun. When I started on social media, it was fun. Now it's turned into like a career.
Right.
So why not, while you're building your career, why not have fun doing it? So that's kind of my attitude about social media.
Were you willing to support your kids if they want to become a YouTuber or or social media influencers sometimes?
Yeah, well, my son's on YouTube and so is my daughter already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they're both on TikTok and they're both on Instagram. So yeah, that's part of it already. So yeah, they I wouldn't say that they're like as serious about it as I am. They're just kids.
Mhm.
To them it's more
Yeah.
fun.
Uh-huh.
Like I'll do videos of my son's soccer so that he can watch his goals, and it's not to really be a YouTuber. It's more
Got
to
it.
have his videos and his highlights of his game so he can go back and watch it. My daughter, same thing. She does gymnastics, so I do a lot of videos, but she's not really interested in doing videos too much anymore. It was more when she
Mm.
was younger, and now she's getting older and she's like, whatever. She likes TikTok. She's
Yeah, yeah. By the
addicted
way,
to TikTok.
do you know the top YouTuber makes the most money is Ryan, the 7 years old boy, right?
Wow.
You
Uh,
didn't know this one? Oh, no
is
way.
that the kid that does unboxings?
Yeah, it's Ryan's the toys review. And
Yeah,
also, do you know
he's
the
huge.
top 100 YouTube channels? What is the number two topic?
Children,
Yeah, it's also like children.
of
Children
course.
watch YouTube all day long.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
and
yeah,
that's where I got the idea. I got the idea from my kids because I was watching my kids watch YouTube all day long. Like
yeah, all day
I
long.
have cable, they don't even watch it. So
Right?
I'm like, why do you guys watch YouTube? And my daughter would watch the same thing over and over and over and over and over, the same video. And I was
Yeah.
just like,
I know, I know. Like, for example, we do have YouTubers. They also ask me this question, like, "Oh, I know I want to have a family YouTube vlog channel. Do you think I should have my kids over there?" I said, "If you feel safe, you can try. At least there's something you can record the videos. You can watch it later when they grow up, right?"
exactly.
But now it's really they are experiencing it. But I know from the brands and the point they want to spend money on family channels. As holiday seasons comes in, all the kids are buying things, family buying things. They want to have their brands to into the family channels. So that
Smart.
might be something. I don't know if you will think about that later, but definitely we've seen a huge kids YouTube channels are growing right now.
Interesting. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that they will continue to because kids use social media more than adults.
Oh yeah.
And like I have an 11 and a 12-year-old, they both have phones. And it's like I don't exist anymore because they have their phone, right? So like they're always on their phone, right?
Who's the best
And,
babysitter? Yes.
yeah, and they're like TikToking or they're on their phone with their friends or they're just always on their phone. Like this is the new world. This is the new
Yeah,
world.
it is.
This is the new world. You become a TV star on your phone. This is the
Yeah.
new world. This is the new world of influencer
Yeah,
marketing.
look at me. I have 3 phones with me every day. So
Exactly. I
three
mean,
phones.
it's the new
And
world.
there's a lot of things. All the business done are through the phone and social media is there. Definitely social media is also my business. Phone is very necessary.
I think that that's the future. I think phones are the future, and you don't need to go to Hollywood anymore to be a star. All you need to do is have a phone.
Have a
And
phone.
there's so
Yeah.
many platforms out there that I use that I stream on. Um, and they're all pretty good. And there's a lot out there that people don't even know about. So there's going to continue to be more. And I'm
Mhm.
excited that we can do this and talk about socialbook.io and give more visibility to your platform because I think
Sure,
it is a
sure.
very necessary platform and there needs to be more platforms like that out there to help influencers and help this new
To grow.
revolution of
Yeah.
influencer marketing really grow and get out to the brands because if there's a brand and there's influencers, there's this gap. They don't know how
Yeah.
to meet each other.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to find each other. They don't know how to reach each other.
Yeah.
So what you guys are doing is you guys are bridging that gap, which I
Yeah.
think is genius actually. I think it's
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah. Hope we can find you some deals over there that either you can use Socialbook to grow your YouTube channel and also maybe make some brand deals from there.
I would love to. I would love to.
Yes, I
And
would love to see your the sponsorship type of content look like. So how do you promote other? I don't know. We'll see.
well, you know what? I'd be willing to work with any company that needs exposure, and whether we do commercials, whether we make, they give us a commercial, and we post it on our channel, whether I talk about a product, we
Mhm.
can do product reviews. I do a lot of product reviews where I just talk about a product, review a product. We do product website reviews where we review the website, go through the website, talk about it. So there's a lot of different ways that we can really bring exposure to companies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let's try it.
And what I'd love to do is continue to have this relationship because I enjoyed doing this before. Let's try to do this more often and stay in touch because I think that we can create a lot more exposure for Social Book, and we can also help a lot of influencers out there that aren't
Yeah,
aware of the opportunities that are presenting themselves. And they might have a big community, but they may not be generating any income. And this might be what they need to really help them get out there and start turning their brand from an idea into a real business.
yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Thank you so much to have this conversation with me on the Saturday morning. This is so cool.
Thank you, Heidi. Let's do this again soon. You look
Yeah,
you look great, and keep up all the great work with socialbook.io. Thank you for the update, and thank you for everything you guys have done. If you guys go to socialbook.io, you guys can search Rich TV Live, and you can see my ranking. And what's your name on Socialbook? What is it?
startup girl.
Startup Girl. That's right.
Yeah.
Startup Girl. So, guys, search Startup Girl. That is Heidi, my special guest. Thank you very much, Heidi. Have
Well,
yourself a
thank you
great
so
day.
much, Rich.
Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you
Okay,
soon.
bye.
Bye bye.